seller, and oh my hi. I am so happy you're here with us today because we're talking a little bit about your personal brand. Now, I'm live every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, with a money-making tip to help you grow your direct sales biz faster. And while you might be thinking about personal brand and not see that directly as a money-making tip, I promise you that it does contribute to your sales. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what this personal brand looks like in the very most basic way that I know each and every one of you can apply to your businesses. And then if you want to next level it and you want to, keep doing more with it, this is such a fun topic that you can dive into. So here's your first test. As you're joining in today, say hello in the comments, introduce yourself, let us know your brand. We would love to hear who you are. You can share the companies that you represent or the products that you sell. We would love to hear from you down in the comments. So let me guess, when you signed up to be a direct seller, you probably never really thought about building a personal brand. You probably signed up thinking, this is great. I love these products. I am going to represent this company and I am going to share this company's brand with everyone I know, right? And that sounds familiar. Well, times have changed, really, right? Not only are you representing that brand, but you're really building a personal brand. And this is something that over the years has always baffled me, right? That I know that I might be selling the same thing as someone else, but people choose to buy from me because they like me. I know, it's weird, right? Because they like me. They might decide to order something from me even though their neighbor sells the exact same products, because there's something in the way that I show up and connect with people that resonates with them. And that's really what a personal brand is, right? Is your opportunity to connect with people on many different levels, not just the product that you're selling, but who you are as a human. And I think that's the beauty of it, is we are still in a world of human to human selling. Even with all the AI and all the automation that's out there, people trust buying from people. That's the reality, right? So they trust buying from you and whatever products you recommend, your company's products, an Amazon link, a hairstylist down the street. People trust you so much more than any kind of advertisement, any kind of e-commerce, web shopping experience, any kind of AI analysis. They like buying from you. So I know that sometimes when we talk about personal brand, people are like, well, like I have these products. That's what I want to talk about, which is great, but that's only one part of who you are. So it's really important for you to kind of elevate your viewpoint a little bit and think a little bit bigger. We're not just selling this suite or this category of products, but you're also selling what it's like to build a business around a lifestyle that allows you to be at the ball fields 5 nights a week. That would be me, right? Or building a business while enjoying your favorite iced coffee of the day, right? People are like, oh, iced coffee. Yep, Becky's my girl, right? Or, oh, okay, she's in business with her husband and they still like each other. That's part of the personal brand that I've built, right? So when you're thinking about yourself, I know it's easy to be like, I have nothing interesting to say, or there's not a whole lot more to me, but there really is. So this is a great opportunity to just jot down maybe 3 things, 5 things that really represent who you are and the personal brand that you're building. So yes, one of those can be your company that you're representing or the products that you're selling, but there's other ways that you identify and things that you're passionate about and how you show up. And that should also weave into that personal brand you're building. Because the idea here is that you differentiate yourself from the thousands of other people, or in some cases, tens of thousands of other people that are selling the exact same item as you. So when we think about this personal brand, it builds the know, like, trust factor. It shows that you're multifaceted and you're not just pushing product and pushing sales. And it allows people a little glimpse into your life in the sense that they'll really want to connect with you and learn from you and follow you and then buy from you. See how it all kind of fits together? So I'd love for you to think about that. Like a couple things that really define that personal brand that you're building. Think about the last time you posted about those things or shared about those things. If you're only posting about your business, your company, your products, people have already turned you out. right? There's a lot of other interesting things on the internet these days or on social media. So think a little bit about what those other things you are that you want to represent, weave that into your content, and invite people to follow along, right? How exciting is that? So it's bigger than just the products, bigger than just the company brand. It's truly your personal brand. This is why when you post a picture of yourself or your kids or your fur babies, it gets far more attention than any company created graphic. And I'm going to go so far to say it's going to get more attention than any AI created graphic. Yes, we see your AI graphics. They all look very similar, right? Not a bad thing, but when you can actually put your face to something or your family to something, people are going to resonate with that a whole lot more. So over on the podcast tomorrow, we're talking about getting visibility in your business and what visibility looks like. And visibility is not, hey, I'm selling this lipstick, or let me tell you about my face wash. That's not the visibility we're talking about. We're talking about getting visibility by showing your personal brand and how you can do that across lots of different platforms. You know, often we think about social media, but there's many other places to show up that are going to help you build that brand. Whether you have your own website, maybe you're doing some collabs. We just talked about collabs over on the podcast last month. Maybe you have an email list. Maybe you have a blog. You know, if social media disappears, you got to have a presence online. So if you're putting a lot of effort and energy into social media, that's not leaving a lot else. So I would be thinking a little bit about how you can diversify and show up across all the platforms, both on social and off social, to really build this personal brand. And then I would think about where you want to get visible, right? Like, where do you want people to find you? Are you building on YouTube? We have a lot of Academy members right now that are really focused on YouTube. They're focused on showing up there. We have a couple that have started podcasts. How cool is that, right? So they're sharing their personal brand on their podcast. Is that going to link back to their business? Absolutely. We have a couple that have gone real deep into collabs, where they're reaching out to people, they're sharing an audience, they're borrowing an audience to get in front of new people. So think about your personal brand, a couple of things that really define who you are, and think about where you want to build that visibility. That's your challenge for this week. So get clear on the personal brand, get clear on where you want to be visible, and then leverage those things as you continue to build your personal brand. And by the way, your personal brand can 100% evolve. We just did this exercise at our retreat last month, where we talked a little bit about your 2017 self. And I have to tell you guys, I actually had a real life moment where I went back in time and it was 2017. It was terrifying. No, really. I got a new phone and everything on my phone reverted back to 2017. Like my calendar, my contacts, my photos, everything. Like it didn't switch over to the new device. And I had this moment, this flashback moment of what my life looked like in 2017. So that was almost 10 years ago now, right? So thinking back to what things looked like then in my business and in my life, things have totally shifted, right? I had babies then. I was talking about working in the nooks and crannies of my day. I was doing vendor events on the weekends. I was consulting with clients. I had a lot going on, but the season of life that I'm in now looks nothing like I did then. So when you think about that personal brand and how it's evolved over time, it's okay to change. So maybe you've gone through an exercise like this in the past, but it's been a hot minute. So this is a great time just to push the pause button and think, okay, what does this look like for July 2026? Permission to change, evolve, and grow. That is where the magic happens. So I'm excited to hear a little bit about what this personal brand discovery process looks like for you. Feel free to pop back into the comments below this video and maybe share an updated brand positioning statement or an updated, these are the categories that I talk about, that I'm passionate about, that really make up the personal brand that I'm building. We would absolutely love to see that, especially if there's been a shift or maybe if things have evolved over time. So tune in tomorrow on the podcast. We have Beth Neidick joining us. She has the most fascinating background. She's worked in media. She had incredible stories to tell. It was such a fun interview. But she really talks about marketing and media and visibility and how to get more visibility in your business. So it's going to be a really great episode. You can check it out over at moderndragseller.com/podcast. And I can't wait to hear about your personal brand. And if there's anything that hits home in tomorrow's episode that makes you think a little differently about where you're getting visibility. So with that said, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you back here, same time,